In a remote mountain village called Eldencrest, life was simple and untouched by the outside world. A young boy named Kael dreamed of adventure beyond the towering cliffs that surrounded his home. Kael's parents often told him stories of the dragon riders, ancient warriors who protected the lands. Legend said the last of the dragon riders disappeared centuries ago after a great war. One day, while exploring the dense forest near his village, Kael stumbled upon a glowing crystal. The crystal pulsed with warmth, and Kael felt an unexplainable connection to it. He kept the crystal a secret, hiding it beneath the floorboards of his small room. That night, Kael dreamt of a massive dragon with piercing golden eyes staring into his soul. The next morning, a strange mark appeared on Kael's forearm, resembling the crystal's glow. Fearful yet curious, Kael sought out the village elder, Ardin, for answers. Ardin's eyes widened when he saw the mark and whispered, "The prophecy begins." He explained that Kael might be chosen to awaken the last dragon and restore the dragon riders. Kael couldn't believe the elder's words, but felt the truth deep in his heart. Determined to uncover the mystery, Kael set out on a journey to the fabled Dragon Peaks. Along the way, he met a traveling blacksmith named Mira, who joined him out of curiosity. Mira carried a mysterious past and had her own reasons for seeking the dragons. As they journeyed, they encountered treacherous cliffs and dense forests filled with predators. One evening, they stumbled upon ruins of an ancient dragon rider temple hidden in a cave. Inside, carvings depicted the bond between dragons and their riders, fueled by trust and courage. The crystal in Kael's possession began to glow intensely near a large, sealed door. Mira and Kael worked together to decipher the ancient symbols to open the door. With a rumble, the door revealed a vast underground chamber shimmering with golden light. In the center lay a massive egg, pulsating faintly with life. Kael approached, and the egg cracked slightly, revealing a small, shimmering dragon inside. The dragon, whom Kael named Ardin, bonded instantly with him, sensing his pure heart. Mira watched in awe, realizing she was witnessing history in the making. As Ardin grew rapidly, he shared visions of the past with Kael through their connection. Kael saw glimpses of the great war that nearly destroyed the dragons and their riders. The war was led by a dark sorcerer named Malcros, who sought to enslave the dragons. Kael also learned that Malcros was still alive, hidden and plotting his return. Meanwhile, Mira revealed she was a descendant of a dragon rider who had fallen in battle. This revelation strengthened their resolve to restore the legacy of the dragon riders. As Kael trained with Ardin, their bond grew stronger, and Ardin's abilities blossomed. Ardin could breathe fire that shimmered like liquid gold, capable of melting even steel. One fateful day, the skies darkened as Malcros unleashed shadow beasts to attack villages. Kael and Mira decided to confront Malcros and end his tyranny once and for all. They flew on Ardin's back to the dark fortress where Malcros resided, deep in the mountains. The journey was perilous, with shadow beasts pursuing them relentlessly. Ardin's fiery breath and Mira's clever traps helped them fend off the attackers. As they neared the fortress, they encountered other dragons enslaved by Malcros' magic. Kael's crystal resonated, freeing the dragons one by one from their chains. The freed dragons joined Kael and Ardin, creating a small but powerful army. Inside the fortress, Malcros awaited with dark magic that could manipulate even time. He sneered at Kael, mocking him for being a mere child attempting to be a hero. Kael stood firm, declaring that the spirit of the dragon riders lived on within him. Malcros unleashed a storm of shadow energy, attempting to crush Kael and Ardin. Ardin shielded Kael, his golden flames countering the darkness with radiant light. Mira used her knowledge of ancient artifacts to weaken Malcro's protective barriers. The battle raged on, shaking the very foundation of the fortress. Kael's bond with Orion reached its peak, unlocking Orion's ultimate power, a blazing nova. Together, they unleashed a burst of light that shattered Malcro's dark magic. The sorcerer was defeated, his essence vanishing into the void. The enslaved dragons were freed, and the skies brightened once more. Kael and Mira stood victorious, realizing their journey had just begun. The freed dragons pledged loyalty to Kael, recognizing him as their new leader. The village of Eldencrest celebrated Kael's bravery upon his return. Ardin declared Kael the first dragon rider of the new era. Mira decided to rebuild the dragon rider temples as sanctuaries for future riders. Kael trained tirelessly, preparing to protect the lands alongside Orion. Word of the new dragon rider spread, inspiring hope across the realm. Travelers from far and wide came to Eldencrest to witness the rebirth of the dragon riders. Kael began mentoring other young villagers, searching for those worthy of bonding with dragons. Orion grew into a magnificent dragon, his golden scales shining like the sun. Together, they patrolled the lands, ensuring peace and harmony. Kael's story became a legend, passed down through generations. Mira became a renowned historian, documenting their adventures for future riders. The bond between Kael and Orion symbolized trust, courage, and unity. The dragon riders returned, stronger and more united than ever before. The once lost legacy of the dragon riders was restored, shining brighter than ever. Kael realized that his journey was not just about adventure but about responsibility. Orion remained a steadfast companion, guiding Kael with wisdom beyond his years. Together, they inspired others to believe in the impossible. The mountains echoed with the roars of dragons, a sound of hope and power. Eldencrest became a beacon for travelers and dreamers alike. Kael often visited the ruins of the first temple, reflecting on his journey. Mira discovered hidden texts, revealing even more secrets of the dragons. The bond between human and dragon grew deeper, uniting the realm. Kael never forgot the day he found the glowing crystal in the forest. That single moment changed his life and the fate of the entire world. Kael's name became synonymous with bravery and kindness. The dragons thrived, no longer hunted or feared. Kael and Orion became protectors of balance, ensuring no darkness would rise again. The dragon peaks, once silent, were now alive with the laughter of new riders. Eldencrest prospered, its people thriving under the guardianship of the dragon riders. Kael's story became a beacon of hope for anyone who dared to dream. Orion often reminded Kael of their humble beginnings, keeping him grounded. Together, they ventured to lands unknown, spreading the light of the dragon riders. Kael often wondered what the future held but faced it with unwavering courage. The legacy of the dragon riders continued to flourish, inspiring generations. Kael and Orion proved that even the smallest spark could ignite a blazing flame. Mira's books became cherished treasures, read by countless young dreamers. Eldencrest became the heart of the new dragon rider era. Kael's dreams of adventure became a reality, shaping the destiny of the realm. The bond between Kael and Orion was unbreakable, a testament to trust and courage. The once forgotten legend of the dragon riders was now alive and thriving. Kael vowed to protect the balance between humans and dragons forever. Orion's golden flames became a symbol of hope and unity. The mountains echoed with the triumphant roars of dragons once more. Kael's journey proved that one person could change the world with courage and kindness. And so, the dawn of the dragon riders marked a new era of peace and prosperity.